Amid mounting war losses and a rapidly deteriorating battlefield situation, the U.S. Embassy in Israel has reportedly descended into complete chaos. Senior American diplomats stationed in Israel are said to be rebelling against Donald Trump's handpicked envoy, openly questioning his decisions and leadership. One damaging leak after another is now hitting the U.S. mission in Israel, with internal cables and confidential conversations spilling into the media. In Tehran, Iranian officials and state media are openly mocking the infighting, as U.S. officials bicker among themselves and Donald Trump is increasingly portrayed as a leader losing control. Staffers at the U.S. Embassy in Israel have reportedly been threatened with expulsion from their posting, as internal tensions explode amid the wider Iran war and mounting pressure on American diplomats. Several U.S. Embassy staffers are being accused of leaking internal emails sent by U.S. Ambassador Mike Huckabee, exposing his private messages and sparking a major security and political storm. According to reports, U.S. Deputy Ambassador to Israel David Brownstein issued a sharp warning to embassy staffers, cautioning them against further leaks and making clear there would be serious consequences. In a twist of irony, Brownstein's own memo warning against leaks and demanding secrecy was itself leaked to CNN, highlighting just how deep the internal revolt and mistrust had become. Brownstein's memo reportedly stressed that leaking the ambassador's emails amounted to a violation of operational security, framing the disclosures as not just insubordination but a direct threat to mission safety. He also wrote that the leak was absolutely unacceptable and explicitly warned that such actions would be considered grounds for removal from post with prejudice and other administrative punishment. This internal chaos and breakdown of discipline inside the U.S. Embassy in Israel is unfolding even as a raging war tears through the Middle East and strains American diplomacy to its limits. On February 28, the United States and Israel launched a joint military operation inside Iran, a dramatic strike that culminated in the killing of Iran's supreme leader and shocked the region. In retaliation, Iran has struck back by targeting U.S. bases, embassies, and intelligence facilities across the Middle East, widening the conflict far beyond Iran's borders. America's Arab allies have borne much of the brunt of Iran's anger, with their territories, strategic sites, and vital oil infrastructure increasingly coming under attack. The Iranian military has also unleashed nearly 24 waves of missile and drone attacks against Israel, testing air defenses and forcing Israelis into repeated alerts. Saudi Arabia's government has announced that its forces destroyed 3 drones east of Riyadh, intercepting them as Iran's broader campaign of strikes rippled across the region. Even as many of Iran's drones are being shot down, the United States is now grappling with the spiraling financial and political cost of this war, both abroad and within its own embassies and institutions. And the first 4 days of the Iran war, the United States has already lost nearly $2 billion worth of military equipment, underscoring how costly and intense the opening phase of this conflict has become. Analysts say the main driver of these soaring losses is the AN/FPS-132 early warning radar system, a crucial strategic asset highlighted in estimates compiled by Anadolu Agency and relayed by TRT World. This powerful radar system is stationed at America's Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar and is valued at around $1.1 billion, making it one of the single most expensive pieces of hardware in the entire regional network. Qatar has confirmed that this radar was struck and damaged during an Iranian missile barrage on February 28, dealing a major blow to U.S. missile detection and early warning capability in the Gulf. Then, on March 2, 3 F-15E Strike Eagle fighter jets were accidentally shot down in a friendly fire incident involving Kuwaiti air defenses, adding a dramatic and embarrassing layer to U.S. losses. All 6 crew members aboard the 3 jets managed to eject and survive, but replacing the aircraft themselves could cost an estimated $282 million, further inflating the price tag of this war. Iran has publicly claimed that it was responsible for downing the jets and has accused Washington of hiding the true cause of the Kuwait incidents, using the confusion to fuel its information war. The shootdowns are being described as the first confirmed loss of U.S. aircraft since the war against Iran began, marking a significant and symbolic moment in the air campaign. During its opening retaliatory strike on February 28, Iran also targeted the U.S. Navy's 5th Fleet headquarters in Manama, Bahrain, hitting one of Washington's most important command hubs in the region. That attack destroyed 2 satellite communications terminals along with several large buildings on or near the base, damaging infrastructure that supports U.S. naval operations across the Middle East. The specific SATCOM terminals hit in Bahrain are estimated to cost around $20 million when deployment, installation, and associated systems are taken into account, adding another layer to the tally. Iran has further claimed that it destroyed the radar component of the THAAD missile defense system deployed in the United Arab Emirates, expanding the range of high-end U.S. assets under threat. Open-source satellite imagery suggests a direct hit on that radar site, and the destroyed radar component alone is estimated to be worth roughly $500 million, pushing US losses ever closer to the $2 billion mark.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.